what's the best offer you've had? Not the biggest, not the like. We can go to the
probably the biggest. No, actually, the biggest wasn't the best. The biggest was like was horrendous, which we'll get into. But I had a one really recent I was telling you about, which it was. I don't want to say it was hard to turn down. It wasn't really, but it will give you an idea of the amount of money people are throwing around for, which is mind-boggling to me. But I had this one from when I was in Florida, so it's not long ago. And I've not been checking when I'm away, like on a trip like that. I don't really check my emails, you know, because I'm busy doing stuff the whole time, pretty much. And but anyway, I got this email. I came to it 2 days after it had actually arrived in my inbox, and it was for a video game called Dying Light 2, which apparently is a zombie game. I've not played video games in ages. I've got my Street Fighter machine,
Xbox or something.
I don't know what it's on. I assume that, or maybe whatever the newest PS5 that's the new thing.
How old do we sound? The PlayStation 1.
I don't have time for it, and if I play some, I might play like 10 minutes of Street Fighter, like in my room or whatnot. But yes, anyway, I didn't know what it was, and they said we want to get you on board to do some content to basically raise awareness for the release of the game, which is not uncommon. Not one of the more common ones you get. Like I said, it's normally services, you know, VPNs, audiobook things, website hosting, whatever it might be. But I thought I gave it a read. I didn't reply to it straight away. I thought it'll keep, you know, like I'm out filming stuff. Anyway, next day I'm on the shitter in the morning, like I normally would be, and I'm checking my emails, and he's doing a chaser, and it's like capitalized, important, and everything. I'm fucking, oh, this guy's keen. So I look at it, and he said we need to get this content turned around by beginning of Feb. Bear in mind, this is near the end of January, which is very uncommon. If somebody's going to approach you, they'd probably look at a launch it about a month on.
Yeah, give you a month.
Reckon?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
And I thought, oh, okay. But obviously he wants to get it done, and he says, we're prepared to offer you 30,000 GBP for this. 30,000 British pounds. And the spec was to, they often say in these emails, don't divulge contents of it, but I ain't signed no contract, so I'm saying what I like. But the spec was to eat something if you were in a zombie, because it's some kind of zombie survival game, right? So the spec was eat what you would eat in a zombie apocalypse scenario. So I thought that's actually quite a fun theme in itself.
Yeah, that's a good video. That
it's not too because I don't like doing things which are too contrived. Yeah. But I'm thinking in my head I could actually make that fit, and people would probably enjoy it, and it'd probably be easy because what I would eat in a zombie apocalypse would probably just be cans of beans or rice pudding. It'd be cans of beans for main course, rice pudding for dessert. Yeah. So it'd be easy to do. Could probably do 10 pounds of baked beans, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But yeah, I was out in Florida, right? So I was filming. I didn't have much of a plan, but I was out there to film content. So I said to him, "Look, man, I appreciate the offer, thank you, but I won't be able to turn it around in time, nowhere near, you know, because all my videos. That's another thing people don't know. They're all shot a month.
Oh, man, I saw on your Facebook. People were saying like, "Why is this going up a month later or whatever?" Yeah,
that's another tangent. Yeah, a newspaper got wind of a food challenge I'd done because it hadn't been beaten for whatever, and they did an article on it. And obviously it's not going up on my channel for 5 weeks from now. And this was probably a week and a half ago. People are like, why does it take a month? I'm like, well, that's kind of part of the journey when you make videos for a living is you have them stacked up to give you freedom to make good videos. Yeah, right? You don't want to be rushing around last minute. Oh, I'll eat some McDonald's, you know, that kind of thing. But anyway, yeah, that was that I couldn't have done that in time, right? So I said no. But I remember at the time just being perplexed that £30,000 is what they would pay somebody to do that. But then I remember thinking, I guess at the same time, they wouldn't need much of a buy-in from the audience to get recoup that. You know, you'd need what video games these days, 60 quid, something like that?
I have no idea. Yeah, 60 quid, I would imagine, yeah.
So what they need, not even 1,000 people to buy it, right? Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
But to me, that's astronomical money for an ad on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know what's more surprising, the fact that they offered that money, or that you turned it down. £30,000.
That's more than I used to earn in a year.
Exactly.
my old proper job. Yeah, but I mean, I think most people probably know about me by now. I'm not a materialist, right? I don't have fancy gold watches. I dress like an 8-year-old, or today like an 88-year-old. I'm wearing this. I'm addicted to these. So if there's anyone out there that makes these kind of flannelly towel jumpers, maybe I'll do a brand deal for you. But yeah, I'm not super money driven, you know. No. Provided I'm comfortable, I'm fortunate to be in a comfortable position, right? But to me, I just couldn't do it, and I think that would have been. It felt like one of the ones where integrity wasn't at question. Right? I could have made that fit, and it wouldn't have been a shoehorn kind of job, you know, where I'm trying to make it look compelling. It could have been cool. So I would have probably considered it if I was back home, but I thought I could have just got some beans in the hotel room in the middle of Florida.
Just nip down to Walmart and get to like a big...
It was more important for me, like especially if we've been in lockdown for 2 years, to make proper content, right? And so I just said, it was hard to turn down, I think, but at the same time, like I said,
that's absolutely incredible. Like it is mind blowing. But yeah, like it goes back to what we said. You're just a regular dude. I don't think I could have turned down 30 grand there. I'd have been like, get me those beans. I'd have been phoning that restaurant up. I'd be like, sorry lad, not coming. I'm off to Walmart. What, you'd be like $20 into baked beans and rice pudding out in America?
Been cheap as chips right cheaper out there. I'd have probably got them for a $5 or $5. But yeah, I think that's just, I don't want to, if it doesn't feel like it's a fit, the older I get, the more I feel like if it's not a fit and it feels like it's a contrivance and I can't get around to doing it, I can't make it compelling, I just won't do it. And I'm fortunate to be in a position where I can.
Yeah, totally. And I think I guess it's a good time to talk about like the contracts. So like the restrictions within the contracts, because it's so like, it's very, very hard. Like there's nothing fun really about trying to do an ad read, in my opinion. You know, you can put as much creative into it as possible, but the contracts are so defining. Even when they give you creative freedom, there's still key elements that you need to hit. We're not actors. So to try and get that across with some sort of entertainment and with
make it compelling, to some degree.
It's really, really difficult. Then you've got to send it to it'll be an ad agency. Or it'll be somebody that's it won't necessarily be the company that'll approach it. It'll be somebody that's doing the influencer campaigns in between,
a brokerage,
like a brokerage. Yeah, they'll take a cut of the deal.
Yeah,
and they're the ones that dictate then whether it's like fit the mold or not. So it's a pain, and you do need a month, because I mean, like when we do them now, and we've got some good partners. To be fair, like we've partnered on Ben's channel with Surfshark, and we've done like a 6-month deal with them. Because again, I said to Ben, and I said to the agency that's working with Surfshark, I'm like, we're not, for Ben's channel, he's got such a good audience, we're not going to chop and change every week and go, oh, we'll do one with Surfshark, we'll do one with NordVPN, we'll do one with, you're going to lose all respect from your audience. So like, I only ever were going to accept one from somebody that we're going to do a longer term integration with us, because at least then we can have a bit of back and forth. And they've been, to be fair, they've been excellent with us, because they give us full creative freedom. All we need to get in there is that download it and you get 80% off. You know, that's kind of it. And rest is
80% off,
83% off. Yeah,
83%.
It's 83% off plus 3 months extra for free, which Ben struggles to say. Like I bet it does.
It was a heavy discount.
But for the first one, because Ben's not an actor either, I'd done brand deals, so that literally for the first ad read that we'd done on Ben's channel, I stepped in and explained it to him. Yeah. So like the creative that I suggested to him was like, I will come off. Like from being a producer, I'll come round in front of the camera, I'll put the laptop in front of him, I'll explain what a VPN is and what the deal is. And we literally put like the monkey clanging together, the things like ding, ding, ding. We put that over Ben's head because he's like probably confused, and it worked perfectly. They liked it. They give us full creative freedom with all of them. So that's been really good. It's been fun.
It's worth mentioning that there are some people that will approach you, also some companies that will approach you, and they're the ones that they're more beneficial to work with, because they might let you poke fun at things, and they might let you joke around, and that makes it more organic, so which benefits both parties, right? But then there are others that want your 2-minute long ads where you bullet point everything, you say it's the best.
Yeah, so the contract, some of the contracts will say you need to say this in this order at this time, and it's got to be this long. And again, you'll have multiple takes at it, but if you've got to do a 6-second ad read, and it might have taken you 20 minutes to just fumble through the 60 seconds, but you could edit it. And like we've done it before, we've edited it, it's like 46 seconds. Like, fuck, where are we going to get 15 seconds from now? Because it took 20 minutes to film it, Yeah. It's so difficult. And then some of the contracts, they'll ask for minimum view requirements, something that you've got absolutely no control over.
Yeah, I think that's where how much you need the deal kind of becomes a factor, because I remember, to me, I would have like a PTF. What's a PTF? I meant PDF, like a document, which I would send them with my own personal ad policy, right? Which would have things in there like, I'm not going to make false statements, however mild you might think they are. Yeah. If a beard oil company wants me to do a video, I'm not going to say, ooh, this is the best beard oil ever. You're not going to get footage of me putting it on. The way I would approach these was always, this is going to be a super transparent advertisement, which I'm not aligning myself with your brand. I'm not selling. I don't want you to say, oh, you get a cut of this or cut of this. It's literally an advertisement where I say, this brand exists. This is what they do. I could do some bullet points in there. If you use all natural ingredients or whatever, I can say that, provided I know it's true. But that's the extent of it, right? Where so commonly now, and this is where we get into why I don't do it, is they want you to embellish things. And you get that from their point of view. They want to get more blood out the stone.
Yeah.
But it's, to me, that's where it becomes dishonest. And we were saying before we started the podcast today that it's not like, you know, an advertisement on TV or the ones that pre-roll run on YouTube automatically, which are regulated by Ofcom or whatever it might be. Forget how well they do their jobs. You could argue about that, but if a creator's doing it, you can literally be paid to say anything. And you might get in trouble after the fact, but somebody could pay me, and I could get into actually a story about what...
I was going to say you should mention that, because we've mentioned it before about the company that tried to sell arsenic through like a brand deal. Have you got some more details on that? Because I know you've done a bit more research, so like you need to... We'll take this from the top. Like
I had it on... Oh, shit, I've deleted it now. I had it ready to go, but the long and short of it was, I know I've got some more detail committed now, but we have mentioned this anecdote a couple of times because it's quite fun. But there's more because who was telling me that Jack, mate, we mentioned quite a bit, but that podcast.
Yeah, Jack, come on, you're coming up. What's going on, son?
Out Jack and Stevie, so I thought we could get at least Stevie up here, you know, the side man. But you know, I think he did one where he stitched up some. I like the you told me the phrase "dimfluence."
That's from Mike, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
That's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Now.
Yeah.
He stitched them up by getting them to advertise. It was like pound. I think it was Pound Stretcher hand cream or something, and he was saying it was some kind of skin replenishment supplement. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, this one we often talk about is where we appeal to fitness influencers, right? And it was a diet, like a fat loss. Supplement, which was actually apparently in the test. It had not been made yet, and they had approached these people and said, "Will you sell this in exchange for X amount of money?" Sent them the ingredients, and they all came back and said, "Yeah," but one of the ingredients was like cyanide or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it was actually hydrogen cyanide, which everyone, if I say that to you, you know that's a poison, right? It's commonly referred to in like films and stuff. So it basically sought to point out the lack of integrity people have in that they're prepared to, in exchange for cash, prepared to tell their subscribers anything, even if that's going to potentially endanger them, you know? And it was a bit of an extreme example, right? I'm sure they wouldn't have sold that if had it been made more aware, had they been made more aware of it. But you're commonly asked to do things which are dishonest, and it's down to your ethical perspective whether you do it or not.